Good morning. And thank you, Lori, for that opening and for that wonderful psalm and or your paraphrase of it. It made me give me pause as I thought about it, because you said at the end, you said that our grandchildren may live in peace. And that is our prayer. That is our hope. That is why we work today. Not that we haven't come a long ways so far, but that we have a long ways to go. And when you speak about our grandchildren, some of us are closer to that than others, and some of us have grandchildren. But as I look at these young people at the table, that is and remains our prayer, that you would know peace in your home, peace in your time, peace in our land, so that you may dream dreams and achieve your dreams, so that you may know that you can actually dream and that those dreams can become reality. That's why we're here, and that's what prevention is all about. It's about creating that space in people's lives that we know that we can actually dream dream a dream and live a dream as well in this great land of ours. I want to say thank you for all the work that you do in our communities, not just on the prevention side, but intervention, survivor services, everything that you do. I appreciate it very much. We're on this journey together. Many of you have been on this journey for years to end these crimes through prevention and education, through support for survivors, through justice. And I've joined you in this effort because I believe in you, but more than that, because I believe in the value of every human being, whether young or old, rich or poor. Every person in this state has value. And it's because of that that we can actually speak to prevention, because we want to prevent these crimes, because we want to say loudly and clearly that every Alaskan has value. Many of you here today have brought primary prevention to the forefront of our efforts, and this summit is a result of the feedback that my administration has received. I want to say thank you for your candor and your commitment. We need every Alaskan to step up, given the pervasiveness of domestic violence and sexual assault in our land. In estimates from this past year, we're talking about 29,000 Alaska women in 1 year. So when people ask why the initiative, I say, because I love our grandmothers, our mothers, our daughters, our sisters. And it's also because we love our men and our boys, who also are victims and survivors of domestic violence and sexual assault. We cannot turn away. It's a reminder to all of us that we're talking about real people. And they do include men and boys. To address these acts and harm, we need to be thoughtful about our strategies. As a person, I know we can stop the cycle of violence. I know it because my dad, by God's grace and his own choices, along with my mom, created a home environment for me and my brother that was healthy and functional, something far removed and far different from what my father experienced as a child. Prevention is in part about positive role models. I'm thankful to have had that in my own home. But across our state, many homes don't know that. And so prevention is also a significant part of our comprehensive Choose Respect initiative, because we need more organized community prevention efforts. I'm pleased to let you know that in the 2014 budget, we're responding with additional funding to the council to grow prevention. You know, most people wait to see what they're going to get, but I appreciate that. You are so warm. I mean, you're just so warm and gracious. Additional funding to the council is going to be used to grow prevention capacity at the community level. These community grants will lead to restoring healthy social norms. Ultimately, safer homes and stronger families will result. Our governor's proposed budget will include $300,000 for community prevention and $50,000 for coaching boys into men. In addition to community grants, we're furthering our efforts in prevention and intervention by investing early in our children and our families. Our FY14 proposed budget, there you'll see an effort designed for children exposed to violence or children who've been sexually abused. We're building family strength and resiliency and growing those protective factors against child maltreatment with $250,000 to OCS for their Strengthening Families program. We're increasing screening, early care, and education of children under 3 who've been exposed to domestic violence and sexual abuse with $1.5 million to OCS for the Child Abuse Prevention and Treatment Act. We're expanding trauma-informed care for victims and survivors in an effort to reduce future harm and victimization with $150,000 to the Division of Juvenile Justice. We're supporting victims and survivors with $587,000 to the Council for Victim Service Programs and $400,000 to OCS for grants to child advocacy centers. We're maintaining affordable housing options for victims through HFC with our housing voucher program with $1.5 million. And we're continuing prevention and intervention with $3 million that includes our rural pilot project and capacity grants, as well as funding for the Alaska Victimization Survey. So as we think about all the work that lies ahead, work that's necessary to protect our children and to build a future free of harm, we get to celebrate our successes too. And there have been many. One of our greatest successes has been our progress in prevention. Over the last several years, CDVSA has seen increases in initiative funding to support prevention programs. Girls on the Run, Green Dot, the 4th R, and of course this summit. As many of you know, we have funded a position at the Council focusing on prevention. So I want to acknowledge Ann Roush, the Council's prevention coordinator. Would you stand, Ann? Come on. She's dedicated a great deal of time to organizing this event, making it happen here for us. And she'll be providing you much needed support and technical assistance in the months and years to come. We know that people can change, and along with them, communities can change. We know that from the Mothers Against Drunk Driving campaign many years ago. We know it from Click It or Ticket. Tobacco cessation programs prove that. How about those Delta Grant communities? Juneau, Sitka, Dillingham, Ketchikan. Where are you? Raise your hands. Yeah. You all are proving that communities can change. I want to thank the network, the Council, and members of the Pathways Steering Committee for your good work as well. I also want to express my appreciation and admiration to all of you who have taken the time to participate in this summit. You and your teams here today are critical links in our quest to end the epidemic of violence. You know, primary prevention is about taking the battle upstream. I heard Lori speak earlier about back in the day, it was all about the shelter and providing that needed shelter. But today we realize it's got to be an all of the above approach. It's got to be prevention, intervention, and the shelter and beyond services. That's what we're all a part of today. But primary prevention is about taking the battle upstream. So today you get to gather at kind of the prevention's headwaters. We're also going to focus downstream on intervention and those survivor services I spoke to. But your special task at this time is to focus on prevention. I want to say thank you for taking this journey to heal and help our state recover from this epidemic and to stop it. Together we're making a difference, and I thank you. God bless you. Thanks.